Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing tonight? Let me know. I saw a couple questions out there that I want to answer. Our short. Hey, stop it. Sorry. So are shorts a good way to grow? Yes and no. You can get a lot of views on them fairly easily, and you might get subscribers from it, but they don't count towards monetization watch hours, so it's kind of iffy. I'm just gonna skim through these real quick. Passing out on Millie, I can't imagine. Okay, so welcome back to my podcast. This week, let me know if the audio is good. I'm moving up a little bit. This week, we're going to be talking about some family coasters. It's kind of been a trend recently in the industry this year to do family coasters for next season, so I just kind of want to take a look at those. Just kind of discuss them as a whole. What do you guys think about family coasters? So just for audio's fine, cool. So just for context, family coasters, basically everything coming out next year. Next park I'm visiting, I'm going to Cedar Point on Saturday, maybe Friday. Depends if I get an email from them tomorrow. My next new park is going to be SeaWorld Orlando and Busch Gardens Tampa. Audio's great, perfect. So family coasters, we're looking at next summer. You got Wild Mouse at Cedar Point, Dark Coaster at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Dollywood has a family Big Bear Mountain, that's what it's called. There's the Viking ride at Adventureland. So I just wanted to kind of look at Snoopy at Canada's Wonderland. I feel like that one kind of slid under the radar. So I just kind of wanted to discuss family coasters. Why? Well, yes, this Saturday, Cedar Cubes. Me and my fiance here, say hi. This is her hand. Are going to be heading out Saturday afternoon, staying at a hotel. I don't know if we're doing Express or Breakers or Lighthouse Point or whatever. We haven't booked it yet. And we're going to be going there Sunday as well. Unless I get invited to the creator event on Friday, which I did apply for, which I expect to find out tomorrow. If I get invited out on Friday, or not going to be there Saturday and Sunday because I have to go out Friday, she has to stay home and work, blah, blah, blah. It's a bunch of stuff. But okay, so family coasters. So obviously, I don't think it's a secret to anybody really that there's a lot of family coasters happening this year because of the whole COVID, because the whole parks losing money. I will be there Saturday either way, at Cedar Point. It's just a question of if she's there and if I'm there Sunday. So it's obviously not a secret that parks are coming out with a lot of family coasters next year to try to recuperate. And basically the way I'm treating this podcast is things that I wanted to put into a video, but I started writing the script and I just couldn't really come up with a script in a way that I liked. I mean, I could write a script about basically anything, but if I'm not confident in the video or I'm not passionate enough about the video, I'm not going to put it out. So I want to use this podcast as kind of a throughput for that, getting out those thoughts, because I still have things to say. So a lot of family coasters are happening. Yes, it's for money. But ultimately, Cedar Point, I think, actually needed that coaster. Dollywood gets a pass because it's going in their Wildwood Grove area, and I believe that they had this planned a while ago as part of the Wildwood Grove expansion. Busch Gardens Williamsburg, I think, also gets a pass. Canada's Wonderland is one that I'm not really too hyped on. I considered making a video, and I still might make this video, called Cedar Fair's Greatest Disappointment, and it was going to be how Canada's Wonderland is kind of like the biggest disappointment of a park that I've been to, besides maybe Dorney. Dorney more disappointing? I expected more out of Canada's Wonderland. I kind of knew what to expect with Dorney. Canada, yes, I live 20 minutes away from Canada. I almost accidentally went to Canada yesterday. And my fiance is from Canada. The next Cedar Point coaster will be after the Wild Mouse. Assuming the Dragster revamp is included in that, I'm going to have to go with Probably something B&M, sadly. But they're kind of out of B&M models to purchase, so I really don't know, honestly. Maybe an RMC T-Rex, who knows? But yeah. Master Watermelon, if you live in Canada, most people live within 100 miles of the border, so that makes total sense. But yeah, family coasters. B&M, I don't know. I don't see B&M Giga happening at Cedar Point. So family coasters. What do you guys think? I mean, obviously, a coaster is a coaster to the extent that people will pick up the credits. But, like, how do you guys feel about the coasters that we're getting next year? I don't see Cedar Fair getting a B&M, or Cedar Point getting a B&M Surf. Cedar Point... Cedar Point has kind of played the safe game recently and been buying models after. They could get a GCI Woody. I'm on board for that. They've been buying models after they've been established, very much so. It's not really a they haven't bought a prototype in a while. What was their last prototype? I'm thinking. I'm just looking at you. Maverick in 2007, and then you had Gatekeeper was not a prototype. Valraven was not a prototype. Rougarou doesn't count, and it wasn't a prototype anyway. Steel Vengeance was not a prototype. Wild Moss, yeah, so they haven't had a prototype since 2007. Evening Theme Park Avenue. Cedar Point does need more wood. I personally would rip out Gemini in a heartbeat for a dueling GCI Woody with some Titan Track. Hyper Hybrid, they already have one of those. I don't know if a Titan Track isn't necessarily the best for them business-wise when they have Steel Vengeance. Assuming you're putting a Titan Track in the plot of where Gemini currently is, you can see another hybrid from that midway. So, like, I don't really think that's necessarily the best option business-wise. I think it's definitely possible, though. Inverting GCI, again, that falls into the prototype. GCI to recheck Blue Streak, that's literally not going to happen. It's been confirmed that it's not going to happen. They've said that they're not going to put Steel Track on Blue Streak ever. No, Hyper Hybrid is technically a prototype. I mean, yes and no. I understand what you're saying, but I don't really agree. I mean, it not like they used the Steel Truss like on Zadra or Gwazi. So it was kind of just like, it wasn't a new ride model. It was an RMC conversion that they just added height to. Giga Mach Spinner, jeez, that would be insane. What do you think about family coasters? We're going to bring my fiance's opinion in here. She has nothing to say. Nothing?
Oh, yeah.
She has nothing to say. Thank you for the well done on the 2.5K. I need to get some more videos out because I've been slacking, and my stats definitely show that. Can I do this? I can't. Okay. Actually, I can. Give me a second. This is a little behind the scenes here. My stats definitely show that I haven't made any videos in a week and a half. I mean, I made one video, but look at that subscriber growth graph. I mean, look at that graph. You can definitely tell. But yeah, I have a good video hopefully coming out on Thursday. It's going to be about Hershey Park. And then I have a couple other ideas. I'm also going to be shooting some content this weekend. Giga stand-up, that's insane. Okay, let me put this back up here. Let me catch up on the chat for a second. Woo! That's a lot of people talking really quickly. Family coasters are graceful sometimes, except for Backlot Stunt Coaster. I rode Backlot at Canada's Wonderland, and I skipped it at Kings Island. Kind of. But yeah. Let me see. Backlot is intense. That first Helix is kind of intense. I wasn't expecting to launch out of the station, to be honest. Backlot is one that I hadn't really watched the POV of that much because there really is no good POV of that ride. Giga stand-up. That would hurt. Imagine the positives on a Giga stand-up. Yikes. Mock launches are just kiddie. Mock launches are getting pushed in a stroller up a hill. Gravity group when? Honestly, if Cedar Point got a gravity group in, yeah, I approve of that. Ravine Flyer 2 is underappreciated in my opinion, and I agree. Um, Interesting things about Dragster. I've seen all the Dragster rumors. I considered making a video. If you didn't know, my first ever video that got like views, that's not exactly true, but I made a video about Dragster. It's pushing 20,000 views. The only other video I have that's that successful is my Intamin video from a couple weeks ago, which is about to hit 20,000 views. If you guys haven't watched that video, if you could go watch it, I want it to hit 20,000 views. I want it to pass the Dragster video. That'd be really cool. Sorry, my throat's getting a little sore. But yes, I'm a big Gravity Group fan. For Mike there. I've seen that before for yourself. Yeah, Theme Park Avenue, behind the hood for a second. I think September, October, November is going to kind of dip off in terms of subscribership. And then I think November is going to pick back up for me because I'm going to IAAPA and I'm doing Busch Gardens Tampa and whatever it's SeaWorld. I think December is going to be big for me because I have big plans for December. And then January, February, March is going to dip back down. I think it's going to kind of be all over the place just because of the season. Cedar Point is probably going to get a 1,000-foot tall B&M Blitz hybrid wing dive single rail 4D Vekoma wooden coaster. They're going to get an S&S wooden coaster. That's what you're telling me here. Why do I think B&M didn't make their website better? Because they can get away with it. Honestly, I mean, their websites aren't for us. At the end of the day, their websites are for people who are going to buy from them. So, yeah. Cedar Fair has worked with Gravity Group recently at Kings Island. What did they do at Kings Island? What company do you think is upgrading Top Thrill? I think it's still possible that Intamin's doing it. If not, I think it's likely that it's just going to be the LSM manufacturer. El Toro Orion talked about that rumor in a video a few days ago. Time Traveler looks mid. Get out. You have PP. Wait, the Prestige Plus. And I need to get the passport because I live in Monroe, Michigan. So close to Canada. Only 4 hours from Canada's Wonderland. Canada's I wouldn't drive 4 hours for Canada's Wonderland. I drive 2 hours for Canada's Wonderland, and I regret it sometimes. Stop streaming so late. I'm breaking the rules right now. I got off work at 8 o'clock. Retracking. Gravity Group retracking at Kings Island for... Nothing's coming to mind right now. I'm sorry. It's been a while. The Beast retrack. Okay, yes, they did. That is fair. Yeah, they reprofiled it a little bit. They do have that relationship. Did they do the Racer retrack? Inverting Thrills. I'll touch that in a second. I want to say about the Racer retrack. I got a Zen ride. Well, we got a Zen ride on Racer, and it was phenomenal. I wasn't a huge fan of Beast. I only rode Beast back row. I didn't get a front row. Wasn't a huge fan of Beast, but Racer was phenomenal. I went to Disney. Someone called Rock and Roller Coaster a dark ride. Yeah, I've seen some weird... I considered making a video about things that GP say when I'm in parks, but somebody has a TikTok series doing exactly that, so I didn't want to, get through that. Will Hershey Park take out Tidal Wave for a B&M? I know Tidal Force is a crowd pleaser, but B&M will boost their lineup. I don't think it will come soon. Maybe by 2030 as Wildcat is getting RMC. I don't want to say too much about Hershey Park because I have a video about them coming out in a couple days. So I'll just say they're not going to work with Intamin next. We pretty much know that. They already got an RMC. So I could see a B&M happening next. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Best Aero Coaster. I imagine it's going to be X2. I have not ridden it. As for the ones I've ridden... What's your favorite Aero Coaster? Probably Magnum. Probably Magnum. Washing machine themed Larson Loop. I haven't seen it, but I always feel like I went through a washing machine after I ride a Larson Loop. So, yeah. A Zen ride is when you're the only ones on the train. Usually front row. We had a Zen ride on Racer. You're a minute behind now. We'll catch up. Did you see the new family boomerang models that Intamin posted on their YouTube page? I saw... Which one? I mean, I saw a few videos. I saw the LSM like a couple weeks ago. I saw they put a couple things out a couple days ago, but I didn't do it. X2 is gas. I really want to ride X2. B&M launches, would they be more intense than Mach? Yes. I've ridden Thunderbird. It was a decent launch. Sometimes the GP just scares me. I literally heard somebody say Steel Vengeance is just another wooden coaster. My mom and my sister, who have gone to many, many theme parks in their life, think that it is a wooden coaster. So there's that. RMC Beast. I don't think they would RMC Beast. I think if Kings Island is getting an RMC, it's going to be a Son of Beast homage. You know, it's going to have something akin to that Rose Bowl. It's going to be a hybrid. Have I ever gone to Kennywood? No. I was actually on their website today seeing if maybe I could get out there in the next month or two, though. Talking to the things... yes, actually, I probably am. The Things That GP Say series. I don't know who does it on TikTok, but I assume it's you, because I have seen your TikToks many times. GP hurt when they talk. Hey, we've all been there. We've all been GP at one point. You got to go easy on them. We've all been GP. So my basic opinion as to back to the point of, sorry, I'm adjusting my mic here. Inverted top hat on Dragster? No. Favorite family? Thank you for getting me back on task, Mike. Favorite family coaster? Oh, you don't do TikTok? Then I guess it wasn't you. Favorite family coaster? Currently, let me pull up my spreadsheet at the moment that I have for my credits. I restarted counting credits this summer, so I'm only at like 56. But let me see which one ranks highest in my ranking so far. Trying to decide what would like definitively be a family coaster. Because like the Racer, you could argue is kind of a family coaster. Tantrum at Darien Lake is kind of a family coaster. I think Gemini is probably the first one on my list that I would say is like actually a family coaster, but if you don't count that, we're looking at Adventure Express at Kings Island is my number one right now for family coasters. I fully expect Cheetah Hunt to absolutely dominate that when I get there in November. I'm looking forward to Cheetah Hunt. That's like, I should have put that on my bucket list. Did I put that on my bucket list? I don't think I did. No, I did. Okay, good. Phantom and Skyrocket are gas. I have never been there, like I said, but I was watching something about Steel Curtain and Phantom today. I'm super excited. Retrack Cedar Creek Mine Ride with Gravity Group to make it a family theme coaster. I think Cedar Creek Mine Ride is too good real estate. I think that's going to be one thing that Cedar Point does, and I've considered making a video about this as well, is so if you follow the general story of Frontierland, you have Maverick and then Digger, Chess, and Blackjack who got the revenge on Maverick, and Maverick runs the Cedar Creek Mining Company. So I have a feeling that the next logical progression of that story is, them something happening with the mining company, and they fight, and the mining company gets torn down and like blown up, and then they have like Maverick's revenge, or like the Frontier Town standoff or something like that. Maybe a Premier Rides launch coaster called the Standoff, like a West Coast Racers, whatever. But yeah, should we get back to family coasters? Maybe. Steel Curtain's mid. It doesn't look super great to me, but I'm definitely gonna try it. Least favorite family coaster. Let's pull my list back up. I will also give a big asterisk that I don't ride many kiddie. Like if it's in the kiddie section, it's a family coaster. I don't ride it usually. So like Woodstock Express at multiple parks I haven't ridden. But let's scroll to the bottom. We got Cedar Creek Mine Ride is on the bottom for my family coasters list. Well, for my list, it's the bottom family coaster that we're looking at. What do you think about the family coaster going to Canada's Wonderland? We don't know enough about it, honestly. I mean, we know the top speed and like a little bit about it. I think off the top of my head, it might be 2 launches. It might be 1. It's clearly going to be a family coaster. I mean, it's borderline kiddie, borderline family. I'm going to try and ride it and do a video probably about it, but like it didn't get as much love as like Wild Mouse, for example. So we don't really know much about it. Will SNS keep renovating Woodies, or will they stay with other models? I mean, they only have 4 Woodies, and have 4 of their original Woodies, assuming that's what you're talking about. I kind of see them going by the wayside. Steve is mid, get out. I wouldn't consider Tantrum a family ride. You could convince me either way, to be honest with you. Wood or steel or both. It depends. I mean, my top 3 has 2 steel and 1 wood, so take that how you will. According to the rankings, Kentucky Flyer is your favorite family coaster. I haven't ridden it, so I wouldn't know. Gemini over Steel Curtain. It's interesting. Gemini's not a family coaster. I think it's more of a family coaster than most enthusiasts want to give it. Maverick's Revenge will be a Morgan Hyper. Jeez. No, if I had to guess, Maverick's Revenge, like I said, it's something dueling to live on Gemini's legacy after they tear it out. Something like a duel, you know? Have I been to Knoebels? Yes, kind of. By that I mean I stopped at Knoebels, I rode Phoenix, and I had to leave. So I haven't ridden, what are they called? Flying Turns or Impulse, their steel coaster. I rode Phoenix, that's it. I-305 with stand-up trains, people would literally die. Dododonpa would look like a saint compared to that. What's up, Cedar Point boys? Airtime on Gemini scares me because of how much it throws you. Depends where you sit. I find the front of Gemini to be lovely. I don't really like the back. Paying airtime ain't that the truth. Do I think Gwazi could top Steve? Gwazi is my most anticipated ride to potentially top Steve, so I'm super excited for that. It's far and away the number 1 ride. My friend that I'm going to IAPA with, I believe I texted him that Gwazi was my if I don't get on this I'll stab somebody ride. Twister at Knoebels is an underrated gem. I believe that. I just didn't have a chance to ride it because I was driving home from Hershey and Dollywood, and I had to be home that day. So, do I know anything about Dragster? More context to that question, please. Cheetah Hunt goes upside down. If a coaster goes upside down, and why am I talking GP? If a coaster has inversions, I don't think it's family. I don't necessarily agree. I would say Cheetah Hunt is definitely a family coaster. Sports fan, NFL, yes, that's pretty much it. But I mean, I casually follow other sports, but NFL is my big thing. Top 10, that's all that says. Okay. Blue Streak is in the middle of your rankings. I think Blue Streak is underrated. Have I been to Holiday World? Yes, I only rode Thunderbird, nothing else, but I have been there. Top 3 B&Ms. Let me pull up my list of what I've ridden again. I should just leave this open, shouldn't I? How is the best case scenario? My current top 3 B&Ms. Oops. Okay, are as follows. Diamondback, Orion, and Leviathan, with a strong following from Behemoth. Have a great night, Master Watermelon Theme Parks. Is a family coaster determined by the height requirement? That's a good question. Cedar Point boys, I will also be there Saturday. What qualifies a family coaster? Is it height requirement? Is it intensity? Is it speed? I couldn't think of another thing. I think it kind of falls into marketing, really, because, like, what is that thing called at Kings Island? Flying Ace Aerial Chase, I think, is technically a family coaster, but it's kind of marketed more as a kiddie coaster. But I think, yeah, I consider it as more of rides that are, like, transitioning. Okay. Any news? I know the fence, but anything else? They tore out all the hydraulic fins on the launch. The brake fins that go up and down for launching and stopping on rollbacks. They tore those out. They were doing some work on the track. Rumor currently is that Intamin is not helping, but there's going to be an LSM launch. I'm going to be there this Saturday, so I hope to get some more footage. When I rode Gemini, people were flipping each other off. I've seen high fives. I've never seen flip offs, that's for sure. Let's see. Cedar Point boys, if you see me, absolutely say hello. I'll be there either with or without my fiance. I don't know yet. I might go to Cedar Point Saturday, but be warned, it will be... Oh, I know. I've been to Cedar Point like 13 times already this season, so I'm going for more content creation reasons than actually doing the park, as weird as that sounds. Super Duper Looper at Hershey's a family coaster, no question. If it goes upside down, it could definitely still be considered a family coaster. I mean, my first inverting coaster was when I was in like second grade, and that was Scorpion at BGT, so I would say that's probably a family coaster. I mean, dog, why you gotta play? Yeah. I don't live nearby. I live 4 hours away from Cedar Point, actually. 3 rides in Steve in 40 minutes. Nice. If it's negative 48, Shockwave could be a family coaster. Or not minus 40 inches. Shockwave is the double loop Schwarzkopf, right? Just off the top of my head. You gotta go. Have a great night, Kenny Fair. The longest line was Cornstalkers. A few weeks ago, I screamed, Ellen Schilke is a mastermind from the lift hill of Steve, and got an answer from someone further up the train. They said, that's funny. You got lucky. You got lucky. No, yeah, I'm 4 hours from Cedar Point. Yeet. I head out there a lot for my enjoyment and for content and for other reasons. Actually, my favorite day this season, I've told this story before, is the day that I went to Kings Island and Cedar Point in the same day and walked on literally everything. Steve looks to disappoint. I'm going to tell you this, okay? The first night that the night before I rode Steve, I was laying in bed in my Airbnb, upset that I wasn't going to like it. And it is I don't think there's going to be another Intamin Impulse, at least not in America. I think the multi-launch is taking that over. Is Corkscrew... well, I need to finish up my point here. Steve is my number one, and I was worried that it was going to disappoint. Millie disappoints me significantly more than Steve. Maverick is fantastic. Bye, Millennium Force. Have a great night. CP is the best place on Earth. It's definitely my happy place, that's for sure. It's not the best park, but I enjoy Kings Island more as a coaster park, but Cedar Point is my happy place. Corkscrew, a family coaster? That's a really good question. Yes, I would say, but exactly, it's rough, and that's why I'm not... I think at its inception, it was a family coaster. It's not good for families, but it's still a family coaster. Why is your number one dream park Canada's Wonderland? Let's start there. Family coaster needs to be not painful. Is that your definition, Jeremy? Just a coaster that's not painful in any seat? I'd like to touch on that if we can, but I need to, yeah. I need to hear your definition. Element of the ride, if you see me, say hello. That would be wonderful. Screw any Intamin. That's not necessarily true. I've never had pain on Ride of Steel. Is that true? That's probably true. I've never had pain on any Ride of Steel rides. Have an East Coast trip coming up in 2 weeks. Super excited to be doing BGW, King's Dominion, BGT, Dollywood. So, SDC, is that Silver Dollar City? Disney and IOA. Oh, Islands of Adventure. Most of Zamperla Kitty's hurt. Still a kiddie ride, though. Yeah, that's a good point. I find a lot of family, as you get older, a lot of family coasters. Have a great night, Brandon. A lot of family... a lot of family coasters have restraints designed for, smaller people. So, yeah. Sammy, why did you say no offense? You haven't said anything that I can see. Unless you got caught by a bot. Bring me to CP. Rougarou, waste of space and time. Ain't that the truth? Okay, I'm going to start wrapping this up. I got to eat dinner and go to bed. Have you said something, Sammy? I don't see anything. Let me double check, though. Whenever someone says no offense, I'm interested. you see anything from Sammy? Yeah, neither of us see anything from you. It might have gotten held up. I'm sorry about that. What did you say? But yeah, so we're going to wrap this up. So any last questions you have? This kind of a disjointed episode. I know what I'm going to do next week. It's going to be cool. I don't want to do it yet. Dream Park BGT, respectable. I'm going there soon, and I'm super excited. Favorite coaster manufacturer? I mean, that's a complicated question. RMC hasn't, in my opinion, doesn't have enough in their portfolio yet to say them, or else it would be. I think B&M is a little bland when you've been on a lot of them, so I have to go Intamin. So yeah. Six Flags Fiesta or Overtexes. I haven't been to either. Have I been to Carowinds? No, I was gonna go this year and it changed. My plans changed. Intamin or RMC? Again, I don't think RMC has enough in their portfolio yet. Okay, we're gonna get this 3 more minutes. Top 10 parks. I'll make a video on that. I don't have time to do that off the top of my head, to be honest with you. If you look over Lake Erie during a night ride in Millie, it looks like a deep dark abyss. Yes, it does. Yes. Top five coasters in Canada. Let me pull up my list again. Off the top of my head, Leviathan, Behemoth, Yukon Striker. What else is good at that park? Everything else kind of drops off hard from there. Okay, let me see. Yukon Striker. What does that say? Wow. Next thing on my list in Canada is Backlot Stunt Coaster, maybe? And Vortex? Sure. Okay, so let me wrap up these questions, and then we're going to head it out. Vortex, yes, Vortex is... That's going to be the last one. I'm going to catch up above it. Vortex is the aero suspended coaster at Canada's Wonderland. Velocicoaster stall gave less hang time than the last roll. I want to ride Velocicoaster so badly. Beast is my favorite coaster, but Steve is my number one. I know what you mean. I don't agree on Beast, but I definitely know what you mean. I think Maverick... Mystic Timbers is my favorite, but Steve is my number one. Favorite flat ride? I don't do that many flat rides. Do sky coasters count? Because I love a good sky coaster. Behemoth is better than Leviathan. They're super close for me, and honestly, it shifts depending on my ride. I have them going back and forth a lot of the time, to be honest with you. Never been on Toro. You went the day after it closed. Ooh. After which closing? It closes all the time now. Velocitop Hat gives too much airtime. No such thing as too much airtime. May get to go to Carowinds next month. I'm jealous. I'm trying to go to Carowinds next year. If you have paint on any ride of steel, you're soft, except I used a different... Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, it might be that YouTube flagged you, Sammy, and it didn't display the comment. I'll see if it got caught up in my in the held for spam comments section later. My favorite Eurofighter, the only one I've ridden is Tantrum. Behemoth, Leviathan, Yukon Striker, Vortex. Yeah, those are solid. I got a bad ride on Vortex. I need to do it again. But Vortex whipped me around and gave me a pretty bad headache. Cedar Point Hollow Weekends. It's going to be my first visit this weekend. So thank you for the podcast. Have a great night. Element of the ride. Great Adventures, your home park. I'm jealous. Oh, I'm jealous. Okay, so this is going to be the end of my... That's the last... The last thing I'm going to address is Cedar Cube saying you're going to hunt me down on Saturday. Have a good luck. Good luck. I'll either be there at opening or in early afternoon. So I don't know yet, but I will be there at some point. Have you played Money Train on Gemini? No. And front row on Vortex didn't do anything. I was in the middle. That's the problem. I need to get a front row. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Next week is actually going to be... What? Okay, my fiance's here. She's saying bye. Dog, do you want to say bye? Okay, Dog wants to say bye. So next week, I'm going to be doing a bracket of top 25 coasters. I'm going to find some I'm gonna find some ridiculous list online, honestly, and I'm gonna come up with a bracket, and we're gonna figure out the best coaster according to some random stupid list. So yeah. Anybody, if you're gonna be at Cedar Point on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, look for us. I don't know when we're actually gonna be there. I'll definitely be there at least Saturday. But if you see us, feel free to say hello. Cozy Cosmos, that's her. She says